Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Elite Wrestling World. I am your host GhostSaad. Thank you guys for joining me right here for Dynamite post show review. We have a stacked card tonight, so let's get dive into it and talk about that. We started off with introducing Jim Ross back to the commentary desk. He looks great and he joins the commentary panel. Excalibur runs down the card for tonight, and we go to the backstage where Renee told us that speed has been attacked and they are not cleared to compete. So Demand and Don Callis family comes in and Renee brings up the bounty put on Jet Speed. Callis said someone or something just got very rich. He introduces Jake Doyle, formerly known as Jake something in TNA, and Mark Davis to the Don Callis family. And Jake Doyle joins the Callis family, and this leaves Jack Perry in need of two partners for the trios match he had tonight against the Demand. So, first action of the night, John Moxley, Shelton Benjamin, Continental title eliminator match. Hell of an opener and first time singles meeting between these two, which is hard to believe. I'd said this was Benjamin's best singles performance in AEW so far, and Moxley continues to shine in this new babyface run as Continental Classic champion. One of these days, he's either going to get caught or time limit will expire and he will get a rematch. But it's not the matter for this night, and Moxley wins the match. And for the finish, we saw both climb up in the corner where Moxley fights free. Mr. Leapt giving Benjamin a chance to hit a thrust kick to the leg and face for a 2 count. Then uh, Moxley was about to fade in the triangle applied by Benjamin, but Benjamin got up and Moxley got the flash win right as time about to expire into the 5 seconds. So Moxley wins the match by a flash pin, and I think that's was a very good match. Both competitors shake hand. Next up, we saw the Demand versus Jack Perry, and he introduces his two partners, and boom, super kick party hit, and crowd goes nuts. Young Bucks is back with the babyfaces entrance, and they look very nice. A very entertaining party match with Bucks returning to their old look. This was action packed from the bell, and I wouldn't be shocked if Perry gets a rematch for the national title. And as you know, Bucks don't have a bad match. Demand looks fantastic in this match, and I think Ricochet loaded up the spirit gun. Perry ducked, ate a pump knee as Ricochet tried the powerbomb DVD, but Perry countered into a poison rana. Bucks returned for the super kick party, and Perry joined in on the fun. And the running knee connects, and Perry gets the pin on Ricochet. So this certainly will be the opportunity Perry is looking for the national title. Post match, we saw Mark Davis, Jake Doyle hit the ring, attack Perry and the Bucks. Lance Archer, El Clone joined them. Jet Speed comes out, and they got kicked out as well. Lights went out, and boom, a masked man comes into the ring, attacked everyone, and it was Andrade El Idolo again coming back on the WTV. This time, finally joining the Callis family, taking out the Bucks and Jet Speed and Perry, standing tall. We saw FTR coming out with Stokely on a wheelchair, so some loose tied ends up, some alliance were formed, and Andrade is finally back on AEW TV. And earlier we saw a graphic of Kenny Omega returning next week, so I think he will get straight into this feud. Next up, we saw Willow TBS title celebration. Renee introduces new TBS champion Willow Nightingale. Harley Cameron is Stratlander. Willow with two belts comes out. She's very happy. She's here with her musty bad ass babe Harley Cameron and a reunion with TBS with world champion Chris Statlander. He comes out wearing a white mourning veil, and she looked very degenerated, very disappointed. Nightingale grabbed a screaming Monet and hit a doctor bomb onto the cake, and Monet just eat another cake, uh, and it looks very embarrassing for her, and the crash out is continuing, and it's interesting to see what she do next after this. Next up, we saw Ring of Honor World Champion Bandido versus Sammy Guevara. Despite this being a very even match, Bandido had the crowd loudly behind him and was able to showcase a lot of his offense. And for Guevara, he looks fantastic back on TV, but I think he is buried in the Ring of Honor stuff. But we can get him up on the roster and on Dynamite and Collision. He looks fantastic, and I think when Roosh comes back, we can get LFI with a certain feud with some trios. They certainly need this. Bandido caught a kick, backflip Guevara midair, hit a pump knee and a 21 plex for the win. So great showing for Guevara and Bandido. And it's needed for Bandido to win before he gets a world title match next week. Watch while MJF music hits, he comes out with his John Cruz attorney. MJF gets into the ring, calls Bandido a talented little luchador. If anyone knows about Lucha Libre, it's MJF. He was there at Arena Mexico, sold out, and he beat Mexico multiple times. As he mentioned, MJF is a bigger star in Mexico than Bandido will ever be. MJF respects his culture and country, so he brought out his translator John Cruz. After translating the promo, MJF thanks Cruz for coming to a dump like Oklahoma. MJF will take Tony Khan to the side and put Bandido over, saying he will wrestle him on pay-per-view in 5 or 10 years from now. Cruz was going to translate, but Bandido cut him off, saying he can speak English, so stupid son of a bitch. MJF backed off briefly before punting Bandido low, taking the Dynamite Diamond ring and having Cruz hold Bandido, who ducked, and MJF clobbered Cruz. So Bandido returned with the favor with the 21 plex, hitting MJF and John Cruz as well. And in the end, Bandido held the world title up high and crowd chanted for him. So again, a very good segment to close out this Bandido match. Next up, we saw Toni Storm, Marina Shafir, one-on-one. And we all were waiting for this match, and I think it's a good match. It felt like it was really getting going when it just ended, and apparently the finish that was not required at the time, because everyone wanted a clean finish, and they did purposely that because they wanted to save it for a later date. I think it's fine for that. Which back asking when we are getting the rematch with Darby Allin. Pac said he wrestled and beaten Allin twice. There is nothing left to be said. Pac goes to leave when Allin sprays him with a fire extinguisher and places his leg between the door, saying he'll break it if he didn't give him the rematch. Pac reluctantly agrees, and Darby runs away. So again, it's set up for next week. That match was scheduled for World's End, I think, but Darby got injured and all that stuff, so they are doing it next week on Maximum Carnage. And in the main event, we saw Hangman Adam Page Swerve Strickland versus the Opps, Hook and Powerhouse Hobbs in a lights out match. That was a very fantastic lights out match. A lot of weapons and a lot of revenge dished out by Page and Swerve Strickland. Excalibur did a good job pointing out what Hook took from Page, setting up that he helped the Opps and Samoa Joe to win the AEW World Championship in the steel cage match at Full Gear. I know Page and Strickland said they want another shot at the AEW title, but they certainly can get a tag title shot and challenge FTR. That should be a very good fun program. to see. Strickland handed a staple gun to Page, who got revenge on Hook by stapling his arm and chest multiple times before a pop-up powerbomb followed. We saw Page and Swerve Strickland getting out a cinder block that looks dangerous, and they bought cinder blocks, and we get a Swerve Storm Deadeye combo on the blocks in the ring. Hook shoved Page into the Strickland and got a schoolboy pin for two as Redrum was escaped, and Page wrapped Hook up by the throat with the chain as Strickland hit a house call. Buckshot by Page connected as they threw Hook over the top rope and chain around his neck and hanging him, and Hook submitted finally. So Hangman and Swerve Strickland defeated Hobbs and Hook in the lights out match. So I think that's a very good main event, 20 plus minute main event, and I think these two will get on with the world title match, and think the best way should be they would wrestle each other. Who wins gets the first shot. That would be nice. I think we can get multiple stories with these two, and it's looking fantastic. So that's the show, folks. Please guys, like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching Elite Wrestling World.